Hey folks, Mr. Tolly. I have a minimalist wallet here. Let's show you. It will hold 4 credit cards. They sit at the same height, but I cut one pocket down a little so it's a little easier to get the cards out. But it's just a minimalist wallet. I usually will just stick some cash back here. They're pretty simple to make, so I thought, hey, let's do another simple project video while I've got some stuff drying. Again, this is another one that I don't use a pattern for because I've made a lot of them. I like the slanted pockets. They all slant the same direction, so depending on how you look at it. And I just like the way it looks. They're really neat. They're really simple. Let's get busy. I've got some scrap over here that I'm going to use to make it. Alright, so the first thing I need is the back of the body, or the body of the wallet. This isn't lined. It's just straight. This is, I want to say 4 to 5. It's something like that. And that's all we're using. The body is real simple. 4 inches by 6 inches. Get yourself a good square edge to work off of. I'm going to go ahead and come down right about here. And I know that this edge is straight because I just cut another project off it. This is not pretty leather. I make a bad cut because I'm cutting in a direction I'm not used to. Alright, may need that later, I don't know. So, this has got some really weird marks on it. It's not a really great thickness. But what I want is I want to start on this side because it's the most consistent thickness for at least, 4 inches, because I want it this piece will be 4 inches wide. So let us nice straight edge on this side too. That'll work. And I want to come over 4 inches. And we can just use our square to do all this measuring. My square starts from the center point. On the inside it measures from the corner out. So I'm going to turn this so I have it in a little better cutting direction for me. And this is totally all about using up some scrap that I got laying around. So I've got 4 wide. Now I need 6 inches high. Again, we'll just use our square to do the measuring, because then we're all in place to cut. There's our body. This piece is just pretty sad, so I'm going to pitch that. I should be able to get all my pockets out of here. And since I went and made nice square marks all the way across here, I'm going to make a strip 4 inches wide. Alright. Now I've got, go back to refer to this just for your sake mostly. I've got a 2 1/4 inch pocket, and then I've got an 1 3/4 pocket. So again, I'm just gonna use my square. Come to 2 1/4 inches. I'm going to do another one right away at 2 1/4. And I'll still get one at an 1 3/4 out of here. And I can get one more out of here, I think. Try to pick a little bit of a better spot anyway. Oops. That was not a good way for me to cut. That is not a very good piece of leather. So I'm just going to look and see where where the best place to cut this is. Yeah, I think this end's going to be it. Like I said, it's kind of a poor piece of leather, but this is just another one of those projects I'll probably give them away. When I do these out of the better leather, I do sell them. And there's my 5 pieces. That's one of these. One of these things is not like the other. I don't know where that came from. Throw that down in the scrap box. So I've got 2 at 1 3/4, by 4 inches and 2 of them at 2 1/4 by 4 inches. My backing, or my main body, is 4 inches by 6 inches. Pretty simple stuff so far. I don't want you to get confused. I'm going to grab my regular ruler. I'll tighten that back up where it belongs so I don't lose it. And I'm just going to come down from the top 1/2 inch. I'll make a mark. And this cut, I need to change my mat out because this thing is falling apart. These cutting mats, they say they're self-healing. Sorry about that, guys. They are not. Not when you're using, if you're using a roller knife on them, they'll heal, but not the way I cut. So we're just going to line up our mark on the one end, right up with the corner on the other end. And that gives us a nice slanted pocket. Alright, all my pieces are cut. They're all cut the same direction. And you may ask, why'd you do that, Mr. Tolly? Because it felt like it. It just makes things easier. And that's why I did it. It's just easier that way. This is a, do I have anything dyed in that coat this color? This might be it. It's a chocolate. It's a brown color. I like it. It's really kind of pretty. And that's what I'm going to dye this in. Mostly because I have it sitting here on my bench. Give it a little shake. It never hurts to give your dye a little shake. Some of the solids can settle out. Well, you know what? Let's get some of this stuff off here. I'm going to set down a piece of paper. One of these. This is heavy paper. I use it for patterns sometimes. My wife gets it from school because they don't use it anymore. So, and I'm just going to simply apply the dye. I'll apply it in both directions. One coat in each direction usually does the trick. This is a Phoebing's Pro Oil dye. And it's a color that I like. I'm doing the inside now. We'll give that a little while to dry, and then we'll move along and do the outside. But I don't think you need to see me applying dye. If I had some of this in one of my Tupperware things, I would dip dye it, just because it's quicker that way. And I'm not wearing gloves because, well, somebody can't accept me with a little dye on my hands, then they don't need to be my friend. I'll get back with you after I've got all the dye applied, and well, I'm going to dye it, I'm going to tan coat it, and then I'll show you how I'm going to punch the holes. I'm going to do it a little different to avoid some blowout, and just get a little different effect on the stitching. So I'll be back.